First opened back in 2012. We're live inside the cavernous Marlins Park in Miami. Today, the third and final game in this three-game series between the San Diego Padres and the Miami Marlins. It's baseball, it's the show, and it comes your way next. Sandy Alcantara gets the ball for Miami in this one. What's your take on him, Dan?
This guy's a pretty good pitcher, and I was looking through the stats, and one thing jumped out at me: a sub 1.20 whip coming into this start. That tells me a couple of things. One, he's not afraid to throw strikes, and two, when he does throw strikes, he throws quality, and he still gets people out. It'll be fun to watch this guy work in this one today.
Stepping up to the plate, Will Myers, and we are ready for some daytime baseball. First pitch on its way. And we are underway this afternoon from Miami as the first pitch is taken for ball one. These Marlins, as they take the field this afternoon, they come in looking to make it 2 in a row as they were winners last time out.
Yeah, Matty V. Hey, D-Row, this has not been the kind of homestand that they would like to have so far. Through the first 5 games, they're 2-3. D-Row, getting to 500 on this homestand is certainly one thing they'd like to do here today.
Yeah, they can salvage a little bit right now. They can walk out of here today with a smile on their face if they can get this back to 500 in these first 6 games.
Hit on the ground out to short. Rojas fields it cleanly, and the day begins with an out. There's one away. A chance now to give you a look at the Padres starting lineup. D-Row, daytime road game for him. What you got?
Yeah, Matty, this lineup has just gone cold. It happens from time to time, but somebody's going to have to create a spark. Hopefully it's with the first 2 guys in the batting order.
Next to the plate for the Padres, Greg Garcia. He'll get to take his first cuts here. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And he lays off there, 1-0. Now time to list the umpires in this one. Behind the plate is Jerry Hillsdale.
You know, D-Row, I think Jerry Hillsdale is a very good hitter's umpire. Doesn't give much on the edges. He's going to make you put the ball over the plate.
Oh, I love me some Jerry Hillsdale. You have to come over those 17 inches. He ain't giving you anything on the outside corner, and that's the way it should be.
That's popped up. Anderson ranges back, and he has it for out number 2.
Batting third.
Here's Manny Machado now. He's coming off a 3-hit performance in the loss last night. First delivery to him on the way. Swinging a ball hit softly on the ground. This gets foul. It's 0-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Down the third baseline. Anderson scoops it up. On to Pierce at first, and the inning is over. So a rather pedestrian start to the top half of the first. Now the Marlins will see what they can do. No score. Matt Strahm is on the mound for the Padres in this one. What do you have for us on him, Danny?
Hey, when you look up the word dependability in the dictionary, that's what this guy, you'll find a picture of this guy. Career ERA just under 3.5, and that's saying quite a lot in the high-scoring games that we see in baseball going on right now. Real solid pitcher, controls the running game, controls the strike zone, and more importantly, he knows how to get deep into the 6th, 7th, and 8th inning. Solid pitcher, and he'll be fun to watch in this one here today.
First pitch is a slider down low. It's 1-0. Guys, these Padres Padres as they take the field this afternoon. They come in the midst of a stretch where they've dropped 6 of their last 9.
Yeah, Matty, this is the big one right here. They've split the first 2 games of this series. You want to steal one right here and be feeling good about yourself.
Yeah, D-Roll, I think one of the things you want to do, you get to the 3rd game, you'd like to win this series and finish it off by winning game 3. It's always nice to win a series, whether it's at home or on the road. So this is a big one for this ball club.
Fastball close, but he didn't get it. 2-1. Here's a big swing and a miss on the fastball. 2-2. And he lays off, so it's full now. 3-2.
There's a good slider down and in at that back foot. That's a tough pitch to lay off as a hitter, and a great pitch as a pitcher. That's one of those, how could he not swing at that one? A good take there on that pitch.
Really good at bat here from the leadoff hitter as he'll force him to throw another one. A payoff pitch one more time. Now a changeup locks him up as he looks at strike 3 called. 1 away. We have a moment here in Miami to take a look at the Marlins starting lineup. Mark DeRosa, tell us about this lineup in a daytime home contest.
Yeah, Matty, without question right here. This lineup's been struggling. Some bad approaches at the plate from top to bottom. They need the first 2 guys in the order to ignite this offense if they're going to have a chance of breaking out of this malaise.
Up next from Miami, Brian Anderson. And you can see his home road splits there. He has not fared very well in front of the home crowd, oddly enough. First offering on its way. Now a big fastball, and he's well behind it with the swing.
Yeah, you attack the zone and get a swing and a miss that late on your first pitch fastball. Good chance he's coming right back with the same thing.
The windup and the 0-1. And a pitch in the dirt as he lays off. It's 1-1. And he'll look at a fastball here that's close, but it's 2-1 now. Line drive to left. Myers is right there as he'll put it away without much problem for the 2nd out.
He got that one pretty good. It just didn't have the right launch angle to carry over the outfielder's head. Small difference where the ball hit the bat could have made all the difference.
Here's Steve Pearce now as he'll get caught chasing a bad one there. It's strike 1, and he's a guy looking to break out in a big way. Hasn't been getting the results he or his club have been hoping for. One and one now the count to the Marlins first baseman.
Yeah, and if you get a guy flailing at a pitch like that, heck, you're going to go out there and throw that same pitch till he proves he can lay off of it.
Outside, 2-1.
After 2 breaking pitches, there's a pretty good chance right now you're probably going to get something right in the middle of the strike zone to swing at. So if you're looking for it, go ahead and turn that baby loose.
And the 2-1. Swinging a ball hit on the ground, but this will be a foul ball as that evens things at 2-2. Hit back up the middle, and that's through for a hit.
Nice execution right there, Dan. Kept his front shoulder in, kept his hands inside the baseball, and ripped the base hit up the middle.
And if you're a pitcher right there, you can't get discouraged. Sometimes even when you make a good pitch, the ball's going to find a hole somewhere. That one right up the middle.
Stepping in now, Jorge Alfaro. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1. He'll start this one at 269. 6 home runs and 41 RBIs. Fastball laid off well below the knees. Pierce, the runner at first with 2 gone. There's a well-hit ball out to right center field. Now this will rattle up against the wall. Pierce rounds third and is digging for the plate. And he's safe at the plate as they take the lead.
That's why you have to close the door when you can. They had 2 outs, but the 3-hole hitter rips a single, bringing the cleanup man to the plate, and he does what he's paid to do, cash in an RBI opportunity with a well-hit double.
And that'll bring up Peter O'Brien as he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike 1. And he's a guy looking to break out in a big way. Hasn't been getting the results he or his club have been hoping for. Ready with the 0-1. And 1-1 as this one's in on the hands. Two out here and a runner at second. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
He's up in the zone a lot right now. Sometimes that can be effective, but I think you have to be careful with that, especially during a day game where the ball tends to carry a lot more.
Line towards center field. Margot will get there and he puts it away to retire the side. Marlins get a run on the RBI double. Second inning coming up. It's now 1-0 Miami. Next will be the cleanup hitter, Hunter Renfroe. He's hitting .333 in the series, 2 for 6.
Hunter Renfroe.
Here comes the first pitch. Fastball runs a bit inside here. It's 1-0. Fastball misses in the dirt as he tried to get him to chase the low one. Outside and low, 3-0. On deck, there's Eric Hosmer. A strike, and it's 3-1.
This is where, if you're the batter, 1 pitch, 1 spot, and you get the barrel of the bat to that baseball as quick as possible with damage on your mind.
And the 3-1. And this will be fouled away. Now the 3-2 pitch. This is foul right side. Now here's a check swing, and they appeal down to first. No swing, so that's ball 4.
Batting 5th, the first baseman.
Oh, man, that check swing was about as close as they get. Tough call for the umpire, but it goes the batter's way this time, and he draws the walk.
First baseman Eric Hosmer is in. He's gone over his first 6 at-bats in the series so far. From the stretch. There's a changeup taken, but it finds the zone on the inside. And it's belted high and deep into right center. But that'll be off the wall in right center. And they've really got something going here. Runners at second and third to start the inning.
Wow, he puts a serious charge into this ball. Ends up splitting the two outfielders. Bangs up against the wall in right center. And he cruises into second, knowing he can't hit the ball much harder than that.
Here's the second baseman, Ian Kinsler. As the first pitch here's a bit high, it's ball one. He enters play with 14 home runs to his credit this year. And it's fouled away. Line toward the gap in left center. And that is going to get down for extra bases as this will drive home two. And the runner from second is in to score. It's now a 2-1 ball game.
Hey, Dan, batter drives in two right there to give his team the lead. This looks like it's going to be a little bit back and forth. As a pitcher, how do you stop the bleeding?
The one thing you have to do is just concentrate all you can to try to get that first hitter out of each inning. This has the makings like this is going to be one of those seesaw affairs.
In now, Austin Hedges, as he pops the first pitch foul behind the plate. Kinsler stands at second with no outs. Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. And a good two-strike pitch, but he misses high 1-2.
Now there's your textbook waste pitch right there. Try and get the eye level up. Let's see if he comes back with another fastball elevated or drops a hammer off.
It's a 2-2 count to the Padres catcher.
Well, two straight fastballs inside haven't put him away. So now it'll be interesting to see what he turns to.
In the dirt here, but it won't skip away far enough for the runner to advance. Takes this the other way to right. That's in there. Base hit. And the runner from second is in to score.
How frustrating is that, Dan? He tries to bury something in with two strikes, and this guy throws out a fillet of fish to the opposite field.
You know, sometimes you have to tip your cap that inside-out swing. As a pitcher, you think you've thrown a good pitch, but sometimes as a hitter, they put a good swing on it and still ends up for a base hit.
And that'll bring up Manuel Margot as he'll take a look at ball one. Here's a guy who could use a 3 for 4. He's got that batting average still down in the 190s. 1 home run, 18 driven in. Two balls and no strikes to the Padres center fielder.
Well, I think he just kind of lost focus on the mound right there. It's clearly not going his way, and he's thinking more about that than the task at hand. And right now he needs to think about this hitter.
Down low, and the plot thickens here. 3-0. Three runs already home here. That one's in there. 3-1. And that misses for ball 4. And it's first and second now with nobody out.
Well, this guy's been prone to giving up walks at bunches, and that's already 2 walks here in the early going. We'll see if this continues to be an issue for him as this start continues.
Up next, it'll be the pitcher for the Padres, Matt Strahm. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Showing bunt here, but he takes ball one.
In today's game, if they're going to give you an out, you take it. You have to find a way to execute a pitch in the zone, allow him to get the bunt down, and take the out at first.
The 1-0 is going to be a sacrifice attempt as he gets it down. The second for one. On to Pierce at first, and it's a double play.
Oh, that's the last thing you want to happen when you're trying to bunt a guy into scoring position. He got it down, but you have to deaden the ball, too. Otherwise, these infielders just eat it up and turn it into a double play.
Here's Will Myers. He grounds it sharply to third. Anderson over to his left. Throw on to first, and an important pitch there as they get out of the inning before things explode. So 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a man left. We'll go to the bottom half of inning number 2. The Padres lead it 3-1. Digging in, Gorkys Hernandez. And he's a guy looking to break out in a big way. Hasn't been getting the results he or his club have been hoping for.
Hey, we're still in the early stages in this one. They're only down by a couple of runs, but it's really key for this leadoff guy to try to get on and get a big inning started.
Pulls this one in the air out to left. Myers is under it, 1 away.
So here's how the San Diego Padres are positioned defensively. Guys, the person I want to focus on is Eric Hosmer. This guy is coming into his own from the offensive standpoint, but don't get it twisted. This is a Gold Glove first baseman that makes the game look easy on the defensive side.
Stepping up now, Miguel Rojas. And he's a guy looking to break out in a big way. Hasn't been getting the results he or his club have been hoping for. Now here it comes. And here's a fastball called for strike 1. Line to the right side. And that's into the outfield for a 1-out base hit. And now it'll rattle up against the wall.
Boy, there's a long drive bullet off the wall right there, but the outfielder does a really good job, D-Roll, of getting that one quickly and getting it back in to keep him at first for a long single.
Yeah, and also nice job by the base runner not there, not putting his head down, being over aggressive and getting thrown out at second base. He saw the play happening in front of him and put the brakes on and got back for a base hit.
Yeah, D-Roll, I think he would have been toast if he tried to stretch that one into a double.
He'll enter play here with that average down in the low 200s. Still without a home run and 16 RBIs. And he misses low with it, 2-0.
On 2-0, you can bet he's looking for a fastball that he can turn on and drive. Might be thinking about picking on that big hole between first and second.
Line drive to center field, and that's in there, base hit.
Batting ninth, the pitcher, Sandy Alcantara.
So here now is the pitcher, Sandy Alcantara, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. First pitch coming. Here it is. And they do have him bunting with 1 away as he puts this one down. Relay to first in time, and just like that, this side is retired. Marlins leave 1, and it remains a 3-1 ball game. Stepping in, Greg Garcia, as we are all set to begin the 3rd inning in this one.
One of the keys to securing a win, they want to keep the pressure on and try to build that lead as much as they can moving into the later innings.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Swing and a miss at a first pitch changeup. 0-1.
I don't mind the aggressiveness right there. He was definitely trying to get the head to a fastball. He pulled the string on that one. He's going to have to stay back a little bit longer.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Line drive, fair ball down the line. The throw into second. But it won't be in time, and it's a leadoff double.
Looking at this, you know he had to be sitting on that pitch because he jumped all over it. Tried to keep him off balance with the old Uncle Charlie, and he was having none of that. Not a bad pitch. He was just waiting for it and blasted a leadoff double.
Into the box, Manny Machado. As he'll look at a fastball in there on the outer half. It's 0-1. 0 for 1 here in the early going. The 0-1 delivery. Takes this the other way to right. And that's in there. Base hit. They're going to extend their lead as the runner scores from second, and it's a 4-1 game.
Sometimes you just got to trust your hands. That pitch probably wasn't even in the zone, and he was able to fight it off for a base hit.
Into the box now, Hunter Renfroe, as he takes a fastball off the plate for a ball 1-0. He'll come into this one with an average way down at 235. 16 homers and 38 runs batted in. And a fastball in there for a strike. 1-1.
Hey, I don't mind that batter taking that strike right there. He's walked a couple people early in this game. Got to find out if he can find the zone. If he wants to walk them all in, we'll take it.
Machado gets his lead at first. Nobody out. This is on the ground over to first. There's one. He's out. The relay not in time as he beats the throw by a step. So a runner at first with one man gone, and standing in, here's the first baseman, Eric Hosmer. Here's the first pitch to him. Hard hit to first. And a backhanded reach at first, but he can't flag it down. And that runner will go no further than second as there are two aboard now. So now time will be called as we're going to get a visit from the pitching coach here as he'll hope to settle his guy down. So two men are on with one man out, and that'll bring in the second baseman, Ian Kinsler. He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Waiting on it is Kemp. Makes the play, and there are two gone now. And no tag at second. He'll head back there with two away now.
Now batting.
Settling in now, Austin Hedges. 2 on, 2 out for him here in the third. From the stretch. And this is taken outside for ball 1. Looks like a left-hander up and throwing now in that Marlins bullpen. The 1-0. A ball and a strike now. Two men are on with two men out. Here's the 1-2 delivery. And he lays off it to even the count 2-2.
Pretty standard curve in the dirt, looking for a strikeout there, but that was a good job of recognizing it and holding back at the plate.
Lined hard toward right center. That gets down, and the inning will continue. Now the relay home, but not in time as he's across with the run.
Hey, D-Row, not an easy decision right there for a third base coach. That ball was hit pretty hard to right field, and you have to make a quick decision if you're going to send that runner or not.
And you know what, Dan? When you take stock in outfield arms, usually the guy with the best one is standing in right field. That's an aggressive send and way to pick up that run.
Stepping in now, Manuel Margot.
Nope, that's a ball.
A ball and no strikes. Here's a guy who could use a 3 for 4. He's got that batting average still down in the 190s. 1 home run, 18 driven in. The 1-0. Sent on the ground out to second. Throw to second for the force out, and the side is retired. So it's 2 runs on 4 base hits. No errors and a couple of men left on. We'll head now to the home half of inning number 3. The Padres lead it 5-1. Now at the plate, John Birdie. He was called out on strikes to open the home first.
Lots of baseball left in this one as we're still early on, but you don't want to fall too far behind. They're already down by a bundle, and one of the things you want your leadoff guy to get on and set the table for the big boys to start driving in some runs.
Now the 1-0. Pitch is popped up. Calling for it is Kinsler. 1 gone. So with 1 gone in the inning, you take a look there at the current National League Western Division standings as you see where the Padres find themselves entering play here today. Ready now for the Marlins. Brian Anderson hit it hard but lined out in his first at bat.
Yeah, he hit it hard. That's all you can ask. You can't control the result sometimes, Matty. Just unlucky with the placement.
And he'll power in a fastball that time at 94 for strike 1. And this misses the outside corner, so it's knotted up at 1-1. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Lofted in the air out toward right center. Kinsler ranging into shallow right. He gets there and makes the play for the second out of the inning.
Boy, he showed some pretty good range, heading pretty deep into the outfield to bring that one down. Thought the outfielder might call him off, but he clearly had it under control.
In now, Steve Pearce. As the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. 1 for 1 after a single his first time up. The 0-1 pitch. Fastball well outside. High and wide. 2 balls and a strike. Now the 2-1. Tried to crush that ball and now perhaps needs to shorten up with 2 strikes. Another 2-2 offering. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Myers is under it. And the inning is over. Miami down in order. They're down here 5-1. Welcome back to Miami as we check in with Heidi Watney.
Matt, I had a chance to catch up with manager Andy Green during the commercial break about the Padres offense, and overall he's really happy with the at-bats they're putting together. He said they've done a nice job of keeping their swings inside the strike zone and not chasing after pitches they can't do much with. The numbers say their chase rate in this game is under 25%, and with a bunch of runs on the board right now, that could be a big reason why.
Good stuff, Heidi. Thanks.
Leading off for the Padres.
Next to hit will be the pitcher, Matt Strom. He'll try to get it going here to begin the fourth.
Even though they're up by a boatload early on in this one, you can't get complacent and get lazy. They got to keep the gas pedal down because this team that they're playing can strike and score a lot of runs too.
And 2-0 now as this misses below the knees.
It's great to be able to face a pitcher to lead off the inning and get yourself a quick out. But now you find yourself down 2-0, and he's licking his chops for a fastball.
Not very aggressive there as that's down the middle for strike one.
You know, he fell behind 2-0, Matty, but he battled right there and got right back in this count. An aggressive fastball middle of the zone.
The 2-1 home is swung on and missed, and that's strike two. Breaking ball well inside and taken for ball three.
That's a tough pitch to throw right there. That front door curveball just missed hitting that inside corner. That's a very difficult pitch. I'm not sure if he wanted to get that one down and away, and unfortunately that one stayed inside.
To the left side, but it's well foul. Another full count pitch on its way. And he misses with it. Ball four. And a terrible start to the inning as he's walked the pitcher leading things off.
The left fielder, number 4, Will Myers.
So the batting order turns over now and set to go Will Myers. A couple of ground outs on his batting line in 2 trips so far. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Down the left field line and deep. And this will wind up a foul ball. Here it comes on 0-2. Well below the knees, laid off on the changeup there.
I love a well-executed changeup, especially one down in the zone. The only problem throwing it in that situation, you leave that belt high or miss your spot just a hair, and you could have some problems.
2 balls and 2 strikes now. Here now the 2-2. A swing and a drive sent out toward the gap. And that ball gets down out near the wall and should be extra bases. And they've really got something going here. Runners at second and third to start the inning.
And they've had some good at-bats against him all game long. It seems like it's just been hard hit after hard hit. As we take a look at his line here, the numbers do not lie. This has not been one of his better outings, and he'd be the first to tell you that.
Adam Conley answers the call from the pen here in the fourth as they didn't get the outing they were hoping for from their starter.
Adam Conley.
Greg Garcia will be his first test out of the bullpen, and it'll be a tough test indeed as he'll face him with 2 on and nobody out here. First pitch of the at-bat. Fastball just misses. That's ball 1. Strom at third. Myers stands at second. No outs. 2-0 now.
Tough situation for him right here. I mean, he's got an open base, so he doesn't have to give in to this guy, but there's definitely danger looming on deck, so you can't just completely work around him either.
And he'll lay the fastball in here to get the count back to 2-1. Padres shortstop ahead with a 3-ball 1-strike count. In the on-deck circle is Manny Machado. He'll bat next. 5 runs, 8 hits, no errors in the ballgame for the Padres. Heading out towards shallow right. O'Brien on the move. He gets there and makes the play for the first out. Digging in and looking for more, Manny Machado. 1 for 2 in the ball game thus far. And it looks as though the decision makers in the dugout will give him a free pass to first, so the bases are loaded here on the intentional walk, and the force play is now in order.
Yeah, well, when a guy's swinging the bat as well as he's been, this is a smart move. No reason to tempt fate out there.
Ready once again, Hunter Renfroe. He's got the bases loaded now and a chance to really do some damage.
And he's one of those guys that they really rely on to come through in spots like this, Matt. Second on the team and runs batted in.
He's set. Here it comes. Good fastball down around the knees there, taken for a strike.
Getting that first pitch strike is really important when you're dealing with the bases loaded behind you. Good job to give himself the advantage there.
0-1. Here's the pitch. That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now. 0-2.
Just way too patient in this situation. With the bases loaded like this is your chance to be the hero.
Line to the right side. Catch is made. Here comes the runner from third. And that'll plate run number 6. It's now a 6-1 ball game.
Boy, this one looked like it was headed for extra bases off the bat. Instead, a line drive bullet caught in the alley, but he does end up getting a sacrifice fly.
Standing in now, Eric Hosmer, as he looks at a fastball that misses off the plate for ball 1. 2 hits and 2 trips for him thus far. A ball and a strike to the Padres' first baseman. Runners on first and third, 2 away. Down low, 2 balls and a strike.
Boy, he better get it back together here quick because he's got 2 guys on already. He's starting to lose location of that strike zone. He's got to throw a strike right here.
Changeup gets him out in front for strike 2. Pitch taken several inches below the zone, in fact.
Now on 3-2 as a pitcher, you've got to go with the pitch that you feel most comfortable throwing with.
The 3-2 pitch is swung on and missed. He got him. Friars forced to settle for just the 1. On now to the bottom half of inning number 4. It's the Padres 6 and the Marlins 1. So now it'll be the 4-hole hitter, Jorge Alfaro. He'll try to follow up the double in his last at-bat with another big hit right here.
Well, he got a good pitch to hit last time up. Looked for it up in the zone and didn't miss it. Those are the pitches you only get maybe once in AB, maybe once a game, maybe once a week. So he certainly capitalized on it last time.
The 1-0 pitch is a curveball. That looked good from here, but it's 2-0.
Seems to me like they're pitching him a little bit more cautiously after that double he had his first time up.
And there's the first strike, 2-1.
Hey, that pitch right there caught entirely too much of the plate. Curveball that rolled over the heart of the plate. He's got to pull the trigger on that one.
Sent out to straightaway center field. Margot's under it, 1 down.
Now batting.
Stepping into the box, Peter O'Brien hit it hard but lined out in his first at-bat.
This is when you start to lose your mind a little bit. You know you're in a slump as you walk to the plate. You finally do something good and barrel something up, and it's right at somebody.
There's a fastball called for a strike on the inside corner. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And a good spot for that pitch is it's chopped foul. In under the hands with a fastball. It's 1-2.
Okay, so now is where I think you pull the string, throw the El Cambio up there. Hasn't seen it yet, and I think he's set up for it right here.
The 1-2 is taken for ball 2. Breaking ball called third strike as that catches the zone for out number 2.
The batter, the center fielder, Gorky.
So 2 are gone now in the Miami fourth, and that'll bring in the speedy Gorky Hernandez. He's ready. Here's the first offering. And this one's nowhere close as that bounces to the plate for ball 1. This now is hit to second. Does he have another 1-2-3 inning? He does. 8 in a row he's set down, and the side is retired. Ian Kinsler will be the one to get things started when we come back. On to the top of inning number 5 we go. It's the Padres 6 and the Marlins 1. Ready now, Ian Kinsler. He doubled earlier in the game, 1 for 2 to this point.
Ian Kinsler.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. First pitch fastball in there for a called strike. Oh, 1 count. Here's the pitch. And he takes strike 2.
Let's see if he continues to climb that ladder, or does he try and get him fishing on something bouncing in the dirt.
That fastball straightens him up a bit. 1-2 now. The 1-2 is laid off for ball 2.
I think he's shown you right there. He was trying to put you away with the off-speed pitch. Have to be leery of that right there and take pull side away. That'll keep you on all stuff, fastballs and the off-speed.
Swing and a miss, and he'll start the 5th the same way he ended the 4th with a punch out, 1 away.
Now batting, catcher, Austin Hedges.
So the base is empty here with 1 away, and Austin Hedges will be the next to hit. He's set, and the pitch. Line drive, and that's a base hit into center field.
Well, there's no denying he was all over that fastball. That's what we like to refer to as a little bit of an ambush. 0-0 heater gets turned around.
Margot.
Into the box, Manuel Margot, as the changeup to him drops in there for the first strike. Margot is a guy that has a lot of speed, no doubt about that. And while that's certainly a weapon for him offensively, it could be argued that it benefits him just as much on the defensive side of the ball, given the position he plays.
And not only just speed, but first step quickness speed. He's able to track balls down that other guys cannot get to. And sometimes that's half the equation. When a guy's featuring big time velocity like this, you have to be on the fastball. It's your only chance. You'll tip your hat on some nasty off-speed stuff, but you've got to be ready for the heater.
And boy, he didn't quite know what to do on that one, but he's lucky to barely get back at first. 1-2, here it comes. And this is pulled fouled as he was way out in front there. A great pitch there as he couldn't get extended on that one, and he's down on strikes for the second out.
It's not that easy to make a good hitter look that bad, but that's what happens when you can bring that fastball and ride it in on the inner half of the plate right there. You can get some pretty ugly swings.
Into the box now, Matt Strahm, as he'll take a look at his strike on the outside corner. It's 0-1. 0 for 1 with a run scored thus far. Crowds him a bit with a fastball there, and it's to 1-1. The 1-1 takes a pass and misses. That's strike 2.
I'll tell you, if I'm pitching right now, I'm not throwing anything near the strike zone until these guys prove they can lay off it. They're just being way too aggressive.
The 1-2. Line drive to center field. And the pitcher's got himself a base hit.
He came to play today, not just only on the bump right there. He's thrown the ball well, but on the offensive side of the ball, he's able to contribute and help this offense put itself in position to score some more runs.
Stepping in now, Will Myers, as he'll take a look at a slider here that finds the zone for strike 1. Swung on and lifted in the air to left center. Waiting on it is Kemp. Makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. Padres leave a pair. They lead it 6-1. Welcome back for the bottom of the 5th. Here's Heidi Watney.
Matt, during the commercial break, I had a chance to catch up with manager Don Mattingly about the Marlins' offensive production. And flat out, he told me they just need to put better swings on the ball right now. They're struggling to drive the baseball into the gaps right now, as only one of their hits has been for extra bases. That makes it pretty tough to generate runs, but he said it's up to everyone in the lineup to make the necessary adjustments. It hasn't gone their way to this point, but that shouldn't mean they can't put together some great swings the rest of the way.
Thank you, Heidi. Here's the first pitch to him. And he lays off a pitch in there for the first strike. Some activity out in the bullpen now as a couple of left-handers begin to stir. In there at the knees, 0-2 now. Maybe trying to back him up a bit there with the fastball. The 1-2 pitch. And a changeup here, but that's taken low in the dirt for a ball.
Hey, great job right there. Anytime you're down 0-2, I think it's a successful at bat if you can work it back to an even count and at least give yourself a chance.
A bouncer to the left side. Machado right there, and that's the first out. One away now for the Marlins in their half of the fifth, and striding toward the plate to hit next, Tony Kemp. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Try to bunt for a base hit here as he gets this one down. And Machado with the bare hand. Got him. Ken Kroger will grab a bat and hit for the pitcher here.
Number 21, Ken Kroger.
And that's in there for strike one. The windup and the 0-1. Behind 0-2 now. 2 out, nobody on. Nope. Changes up on him there, but it's 1-2. Back to the fastball, but it's upstairs. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. And he misses this one inside, and that'll run things full. 3-2.
Wow, from 0-2 to 3-2, and that last pitch on 2-2 wasn't even close. He had this guy in the ropes, but now he let him right back into this at bat.
Looking to fade his first walk. Here it comes. Swing and a liner. Foul. And he lays off ball 4, so he comes right off the bench and works the walk. Usually easier said than done.
The batter, the second baseman, John.
Back to the top of the Miami lineup now, and stepping in, John Birdie. 0 for 2 on his line thus far. First pitch of the at-bat. A fastball off the plate away. It's ball 1. One and 1 to the Marlins leadoff hitter. The 1-1 is a fastball whiffed on for a strike. Kroger leads off first with a pair of outs in the inning. The 1-2 is looked at for ball number 2.
I know he buried that slider in right there, but that's a dangerous pitch. If he doesn't pot commit and bury that inside, it leaks out over the plate. He can get hurt with that pitch.
The 2-2 gets him looking up around the letters. 1 left for Miami. The lead remains 5. It's 6-1. Austin Bryce takes over to start the 6th inning on the mound.
Now pitching for the Marlins, number 37, Austin Bryce.
So striding in, Greg Garcia. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point.
The shortstop, Greg Garcia.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. And here's a first pitch curveball that bounces on him there. It's ball 1. Oh, much too tardy on the fastball. 1-1.
That pitch just had too much velocity on it for you to catch up to that. Unless you're cheating to a high fastball above the belt and you're all in, I say you got to find a way to lower your sights, or it's going to be a tough game.
The 1-2. Misses. Ball 2.
2-2.
That one doesn't even sniff the zone, missing very high.
That was kind of a gift to the hitter. He's up there probably thinking of protecting on 2-2, but when you launch a ball that high out of the strike zone, it's obviously easy to take that one.
This is lifted out to left. Waiting on it is Kemp, and that's the first out of the inning.
Up next for the Padres.
Now at the plate,
The
Manny
third
Machado. A hit in 2 official trips to the plate to this point in the ballgame.
Shut this guy down.
First pitch coming. Here it is. Here's a cold strike about thigh high. 0-1.
You know, you look at this hitter, he doesn't care about being down 0-1. He doesn't care about having 2 strikes with him. He's got the utmost confidence in his ability to work back into the count and get him something over the heart of the plate.
A ball and a strike now to Machado. Marlins have some action in the bullpen now as a right-hander is up and throwing. Maybe trying to back him up a bit there with the fastball. He's fallen behind now. 3-1.
Well, this has been a good job to work the count from 0-1 to 3-1, and now he's really in the driver's seat to see a heater that he can do something with.
Fastball too high. Ball 4.
Now batting, the right fielder, Hunter Renfroe.
Digging in, Hunter Renfroe. He hit a sac fly earlier. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Starts him out with a curveball for a strike.
Ooh, I'm shocked he got away with that one, boys. Curveball right down the middle of the plate, and for him to take that pitch looking, he had to be sitting on something else, but he should have pulled the trigger.
Now the 0-1. Didn't quite catch the zone there. Ball 1. Bryce, a native of China. He was a 9th round pick back in the 2010 first-year player draft.
Hey, this guy's got a chance to be an absolute steal. Being drafted where he was, there are definite signs that he has a chance to make an impact at the big league level.
The 1-2. Had to sit back on the changeup, and he did a good job to get the bat on that one. Swing and a miss on the fastball that time. Out number 2.
In a double play situation, you kind of expect most pitches to be down in the zone, hoping for a ground ball. So that was an interesting pitch selection to go up in the zone. I think he caught him off guard a little bit.
In now, Eric Hosmer, as he'll take a look at a strike right down the middle. It's 0-1. So far, 2 for 3 in this one. Oh, 1 count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and he's in the hole. 0-2 now.
2 mid-90s fastballs, and you're down 0-2. This is where you got to take a deep breath and pot commit. You're either all in on another fastball, or you're finding a way to stay back to attack something off speed.
To 1-2 now. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Good swing on a tough pitch, and he'll stick around to see another one. Another 1-2 delivery. Throws him for strike 3, and that retires the side. Padres leave 1. They hold on to their 6-1 lead. So stepping in, Brian Anderson. And at this point of the game, I think it's clear that the plan of attack against the top of the order has worked.
Well, when you've only surrendered one hit to the top 3 guys in the order up to this point in the game, you know you're doing something right, Matt. You're spot on. Whatever they discussed coming into this game has worked out beautifully.
First offering on its way. Just off the outside, and it's 1-0. And he watches one miss outside. 2-0 now. Lofted in the air out toward right center. Kinsler ranging into shallow right. He's there and records the first out.
Boy, he showed some pretty good range heading pretty deep into the outfield to bring that one down. Thought the outfielder might call him off, but he clearly had it under control.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Steve Pearce. He singled and later scored his team's only run back in the very first inning. He's 1 for 2. Here's the first pitch to him. In there, strike 1. Grounded back up the middle. Throw on to first, 2 gone.
Now batting.
So here's the cleanup hitter for Miami, Jorge Alfaro. 1 for 2 with a double on his line thus far. He's ready. Here's the first offering. And that misses for ball 1.
Hey, you can tell by the look on that manager's face, he's obviously frustrated right now. But it's a long season. You're going to have a lot of ebbs and flows with your offense. Does he take a step back and relax a little bit, or does he call a team meeting right after this one?
A bouncer up the middle. And the inning will continue as that's through for a 2-out hit. So a ground ball single up the center of the diamond makes it 2 hits for him on the afternoon. And as you have a look there at the Marlins leaderboard, you can see he currently ranks 2nd in that department. Here comes the Padre manager up out of the dugout heading for the mound. And he's going to make a move, as that's going to be all for his starter this afternoon. So his final ledger will show just 5 2/3 innings of work, but he did what he needed to do in this one. Jose Castillo takes over here with a runner at first and 2 gone in the inning.
Number 65, Jose Castillo.
Peter O'Brien will be the first to greet him here as he stands in with a runner at first and 2 away. First pitch coming. Here it is. Fastball just misses. That's ball 1. Alfaro is off at first with 2 away. In for a strike. It's 1-1. Fastball not close, and he runs it to 2 balls and a strike. And he can't catch the corner here, so he's behind 3-1. Gorkys Hernandez would be next if they can keep this inning alive. Set. Here's the 3-1. Swing and a ball lifted into straightaway center. And he'll get there in plenty of time to put this one away, and that ends the inning. Marlins leave 1. They trail 6-1. Welcome back to South Florida. Padres out in front in this one as we come to our game summary for the first 6 innings of play. Teheran Guerrero is on to pitch from the bullpen now to start inning number 7. Striding into the box, Ian Kinsler. He looked to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Yeah, and kind of shocked he got blown away with a fastball. You could tell he was late on that one, and we'll see if he tries to cheat to something this AB.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. And boy, a high strike called there. That's not all that consistent, but it's strike 1.
That pitch is in triple digits. I think he had to take that one because I'm not even sure he saw it.
The windup and the 0-1. And this catches the zone as well. It's 0-2 now. Guerrero has a good reputation for preventing the long ball. One swing can change the complexion of the ball game when you're coming in late, but he rarely lets that happen. Part of what makes him as effective as he is. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss as he ran the fastball right by him for the first out.
Man, they've really had his number so far in this series. That's his 5th strikeout in this series alone.
Hedges.
Standing in now, Austin Hedges. As the first pitch to him runs a bit inside for ball 1. Trying to keep it going. A perfect 3 for 3 thus far. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. Just missing here. 2-0.
Looks like he's pitching pretty cautiously right here, but that happens when a guy's 3 for 3 on the day. Usually he's a guy you challenge a little bit more, but I guess he's earned some respect in this one.
And he'll lay the fastball in here to get the count back to 2-1. Two and 2. 6 runs, 10 hits. No errors in the ballgame for the Padres. And he strikes him out as well. So make it back-to-back punch-outs here to the first 2 men he faces out of the bullpen.
No problems for him on the mound since he's come out of the pen to start this inning. That's back-to-back Ks, and he's making it look pretty easy. This has the makings of a good outing so far.
Coming to the plate now, Manuel Margot. He'll attempt to put the ball in play for a change here with the first 2 guys going down on strikes to start the inning. Into the corner and slicing foul. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And boy, they're really giving him fits inside now as he can't get extended there, and it's 0-2 now. Trying to strike out the side. Here it is. I had him guessing that time as he's barely able to foul it away. The 0-2 once more. Stays alive. Still 0-2. Now a flare out toward right center. O'Brien moving forward, but he can't make the play as it finds the outfield grass.
Well, that's just a case, D-Roll. You got to make a little bit better pitches with 2 strikes. Jumps ahead 0-2, and then a couple of foul balls, and on pitch number 5, he squares one up for a base hit.
Yeah, I can't tell you how nice that feels right there. You battle to get and count leverage and fight to get your ace swing off. 0-2, you're almost turned around walking back to your dugout, so that's a nice piece of hitting.
A swing and a ground ball to third. Reined in. On to Pierce at first, and the inning is over. 1 left for San Diego. They lead it 6-1. Aaron
and
Luke
gentlemen,
gets the
your
call from the
attention,
pen to
please.
take over on the
Now
mound and
pitching
start the
for
home
San Diego,
seventh.
number 38, Aaron Luke.
Digging in now, Gorky Hernandez.
Leading
He'll
off
try and
for
get
the
something
Marlins,
started in the home half of the
center
seventh.
It doesn't look very promising so far in this one as we move into the later innings. Down by a bundle, it's time to get some base runners and hopefully a long ball to get them back into this one.
Changeup called strike one. And low, it's a ball and a strike. The 1-1 home. Little tardy on that swing as it's well wide of first. In tight with the slider, 2-2.
The classic back foot slider right there with 2 strikes. Usually gets a ton of swing and misses. Nice layoff right there. Fight for another pitch.
Here now the 2-2 is looked at and the count moves full. Miguel Rojas is on deck. Ready with the payoff pitch. Stung into the gap in right center for what should be extra bases. Now this rolls all the way to the wall. And he'll pull into second here with nobody out.
Well, it isn't exactly earth-shattering, but when you struggle like they have at the plate all day, you take any extra base hit that you can get. If they can string together a few at-bats like that, they're going to get right back into this thing.
Into the box now, Miguel Rojas, as the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball, 1-0. He's 1 for 2 in this one. The 1-0 fouled away. The 1-1. Line drive to left. Myers has him played perfectly as he puts it away for out number 1. And the runner, not tagging, will retreat to second base.
The left fielder, Tony Kemp.
Stepping in now, the speedy Tony Kemp. A hit and 2 tries for him so far. From the stretch. Breaking ball called just a bit low. Just off the outside that time, laid off for a ball.
Clearly staying away from him in this at-bat with that runner in scoring position tells me they're trying to force him to reach for something and maybe roll over on it.
And that's in there, 2-1. Ready to deal. Here's the 2-1. In there, and it's even now, 2-2. Good bite to that sinker as he gets him to swing through it for out number 2.
The pitcher, number 56.
Neil Walker will look to provide a little two-out thunder off the bench as he'll hit with a runner at second and 2 away.
Walker.
And this one gets away. And he's going to make it up to third here as he advances on the wild pitch.
That can be a tough read as a runner on second to see if the ball has gotten away enough to move to third. You have to be sure you can make it. He was there, and now he's only 90 feet away.
Hernandez at third with 2 away. The 1-1 gets by him, a swinging strike.
That is such a tough pitch to lay off right there, but you have to find a way. There's nothing you're going to do with that low sinker except foul it into your shin or hit a ground ball to the left side.
Hit on the ground down the first baseline, but this is a foul ball as the count holds steady at 1-2. Ball 2. 2 outs here with a runner at third. Line to the right side, and that's a fair ball as this one will get down the line. Notch 1 in the score column as the runner from third crosses the plate.
Dan, you find yourself in trouble early putting guys on base, but then you're able to wiggle out of it, get 2 quick outs. You think you're going to get your team off the field, and with 2 outs you give up a run scoring base hit.
You know what happens sometimes, Dero? You lose concentration. You find yourself in a tough spot. You get 2 outs. You think you're just almost out of it, and you lose concentration, and that might have been what happened in that case.
And they'll try and get him out in front to start the at-bat, but this misses off the plate away. It's ball 1. 2 out with the man at first.
Let's go. Wait for the pitch.
Now a changeup is bounced to second. Kinsler's there for it. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. Marlins get 1 here on a couple of hits. We'll look ahead to inning number 8 now. Padres lead it 6-2. Drew Steckenrider has been summoned from the bullpen as he'll do so to start the 8th.
Number 71. Drew Steckenrider.
So the lineup flips over, and digging in, Will Myers. In his career versus this pitcher, just a couple of matchups, no hits in 2 at-bats. First pitch on its way. And this is just off the outside corner for a ball, 1-0. Well below the knees, laid off on the changeup there. Too tight with that one. 3-0.
And just when you needed a shutdown inning, a leadoff walk was certainly not on the agenda. He needs to bear down right here.
And a good take there will net him a base runner as it's ball 4 now to start the 8th inning.
Yeah, that strategy is great when it works, but when it doesn't, it's ugly. And he was here to face one guy, and he couldn't get it done.
Digging in to try it again, Greg Garcia. It was a flyout for him in his last trip. He's ready. Here's the first offering. The high fastball is in there.
Nice job by the pitcher right there to establish himself back into the strike zone. Would have liked to have seen the hitter been a little bit more aggressive in that situation. Usually when a pitcher throws 4 balls in a row, that next pitch you could get super greedy right down the middle.
A dive, but he's back. And another throw over, keeping particularly close tabs on him. And again a throw, and he'll dive back in safely. Nobody out, runner on first. Ball 1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
A swing and a shot hit down the corner. And that's going to wind up hooking just a bit foul, so a missed opportunity there. Drilled right back up the middle. That gets through, and he'll reach base again on his second base hit of the game.
You don't see that too much in today's game. Most guys, it doesn't matter what the count is. They're looking to line them, drive the ball out of the ballpark. Not the case here. Good 2-strike adjustment, able to punch a ground ball through a hole for a single.
Stepping in now, Manny Machado. Here's a slider to start things out, looked at for ball 1. A hit in 2 at-bats for him at this point in the ball game. A ball and a strike.
Not too often you see a changeup come across at 88 miles an hour on the gun. Still effective when you're throwing a fastball in the high 90s, though.
Lifted down the line in left. Kemp is in pursuit. He gets to it and makes the catch for the first out. So one man gone for the Friars in their half of the 8th, and that'll bring up outfielder Hunter Renfroe. Here's the first pitch to him, and he gets ahead 0-1.
Throws him with a high fastball there. We'll see if they try to climb the ladder even more on the next pitch.
He's set. Here's the 0-1. Strike 2.
The guy on the mound must have a different scouting report than we have right here. This looks like a beautiful situation for a double play right here, but he continues to pound up in the zone.
Looking to put him away. Here's the 0-2. And the slider gets him swinging. 2 gone.
Really good late bite on that slider right there. The best ones have that late action that just darts at the last minute. They're so tough to get the bat on, and when you've got that good slider going, it's a great strikeout pitch.
In now, Eric Hosmer, as he lays off a fastball too low for ball 1. 2 hits in 4 attempts to this point. And he looks at a changeup in there, 1-1. Lifted the other way to left center. On the run is Kemp, but he's not going to get there, and he's headed for extra bases again. And the throw in gets away from him. And not in time as the second run scores.
Sometimes it's hard to explain when a game is this lopsided. A lot of things just kind of snowball on you. One thing leads to another, a big hit, which leads to another, some bad defense, some shoddy pitching. Next thing you know, you look up and you're on the wrong side of a whole lot of badness.
Standing in, Ian Kinsler, runner in scoring position with 2 gone. Comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. 0-1 the count. And he fouls this one off. He's ready. Here's the 0-2 pitch. High in the air into shallow left center. And a long run, but he's there to track it down. Nice range, and the side is retired. So it's 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and a runner left. Not too many more shots left. Home half of the 8th coming up. It's the Padres 8 and the Marlins 2.
Ladies
Robert
and
Stock
your
is on to
attention,
pitch out of the
please.
bullpen in the bottom
Now
half of the
pitching for
8th.
San Diego, number 66.
So digging in now, Brian Anderson. He'll get things started
Leading
now
off
in the
for the
bottom of
Marlins,
inning number 8.
The third baseman, Brian Anderson.
First delivery to him on the way. Now a fastball a bit too low here. It's ball 1. The 1-0 is taken, strike 1. And that misses. 2-1. Good pitch there down below the zone. Got him to go after it.
Got him to chase after the curveball below the zone there. That was a really nice pitch, and it can be a really tough one to lay off of as a hitter.
A 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. Line drive to center field. But this is unfortunately right at him in center field as he takes it in for the first out.
The batter, the first baseman, Pierce.
In now, Steve Pierce. He was a ground out victim last time up. Here comes the first pitch. Fouled off. The 0-1 pitch. Strike 2 called on the inner half. 0-2 now. And it's fouled away. 1 out, nobody on. Hit out towards second. And stretching for it is Kinsler, but it's out of reach. A base hit.
Now batting, the catcher,
So striding forward now, Jorge Alfaro. He steps in off a base hit in his last at bat. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And he gets ahead here with the fastball. Strike 1. Behind 0-2 now.
I know it's a guessing game, but usually when you flip that coin, it better come up fastball at this level. You cannot be late right there. That was right in the wheelhouse.
And this one's in the dirt. And forget about the double play now as he'll move up to second here on the wild pitch.
That was definitely a 2-strike curveball there. The catcher turns his glove over and tries to make himself big to block it, but with no luck. The ball skips away, and it scored a wild pitch.
The 1-2 is looked at off the plate for a ball. The 2-2 doesn't get the zone. Count full now.
Wow, this is a pretty good at bat right here. From down in the count 0-2 to work the count back to 3-2, and he's seen a lot of pitches too.
And that misses, ball 4. So with 1 out, that'll at least set up the double play possibility here that could get them out of the inning.
I'm sure the manager is fine with that. He tried to entice him with that 3-2 pitch, but he didn't take the bait. First base was open, though, so he just needs to make a good pitch for a ground ball.
Stepping into the box, Peter O'Brien. No hits in 3 tries so far. He's struck out once. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch.
1-0.
In tight with the curveball. Backed up on him a little there, and it's ball 1.
This is where he might need a mound visit, whether it be from the shortstop, his pitching coach, or the catcher. These last couple of pitches have certainly gotten away from him.
Now the 1-0. Loud contact there, but it's well foul. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
Boy, this hole he's digging on the mound is all his doing. If you can't throw strikes, you're not going to be out there very long.
Curveball taken for a strike on the inside.
A lot of times you see guys in the middle of the order get worked away, but not right here. They're keeping it inside on him.
Is that an effort to keep him from getting extended, do you think?
Yeah, I think that's the idea, Matt, but he might spin to win if he starts looking for it in there.
And they're working the outer half here, but that one's wide for ball 3.
For the guy on the mound, this is one of those innings where nothing comes easy. He's thrown a bunch of pitches, and this AB hasn't been any different. Definitely laboring at the moment.
Oh, fastball swung on and missed, and for the second time today, he's gone on strikes.
Talk about blowing it by a guy. Geez, I mean, that fastball was way behind him when the swing came through the zone. I have to think he was looking for something off speed, and he just couldn't pull the trigger on that fastball.
Into the box, Gorkys Hernandez, as he'll take a changeup here for strike 1. He's working on a 1 for 3 thus far. Oh, 1. Here's the pitch. Here's a late swing and a miss. Strike 2.
In today's game, if you're not disciplined for striking out, why would you change your approach with 2 strikes right here? Expect this guy to try and drive the baseball right here.
Set to deliver on 0-2. Here it comes. And a half-hearted swing there as they tie him up inside for the 3rd strike, and the inning is over. Back-to-back strikeouts keep him out of danger. Back with more of this Thursday afternoon business person special following this. Ready for another shot now. Austin Hedges. He'll look to keep it going. 3 for 4 so far in the ball game. He's ready. Here's the first offering. 9th inning begins as the first pitch is taken for ball 1. And that's off the plate and high. 2-0 now.
When you're down 6 on the mound, you got to at least throw strikes here.
Two-0 count. The pitch is laid off, but in there for strike 1. He jumps on this one. It's high and deep to center. But he's going to haul this one in on the run as he winds up just shy of the wall for the first out. Digging in now for San Diego, Manuel Margot. Lifetime versus this arm. He's 2 for 3. First offering on its way. And a strike called at the letters. Looked high to me, but it's 0-1. Bases are empty. 1 man out. Even 1-1 count to Margot. Had nibbled the corner there, but missed. 2-1. Now the 2-1 pitch. Weak grounder down the first baseline, but this will wind up a foul ball. 2-2. The 2-2. Hit hard and caught down there at third, as he'll hang on here to record the second
Now
out.
batting, number 66.
Franmil Reyes will get the call here as he'll hit for the pitcher.
Number 32, Franmil Reyes.
Now a big fastball, and he's well behind it with the swing. He comes in with that average down in the 240s. 6 home runs, 18 driven in.
Go Marlins!
And he looks like a new man out there as this is swung on and missed. It's 0-2 now.
Pretty late with the swing there. As a pitcher, you have to recognize that and keep coming in with the hard stuff until he proves he can hit it.
Here's the 0-2, and there's strike 3. So we'll see now if they can manage to hold on to this huge lead as the side is retired. Padres down in order, but no matter, they lead it 8-2. Kirby Yates, 5'10" right-hander,
Now
comes in out of the
for San
bullpen to do the
Diego.
pitching.
Number 39, Kirby Yates.
Into the box, Miguel Rojas.
Leading off
He
for the
lined out
Marlins,
in his last trip,
the
so looking for
shortstop,
better fortunes here.
Yeah, Matty, but as he walks to the plate right here, he feels good building off that last AB. He hit that ball on the screws.
Here comes the first pitch.
Ball.
Fastball just missed above the zone.
1, no strike.
Edge of the zone that time taken and ruled a strike. Now the 1-1 pitch is taken for a ball as that slider broke off the plate.
Well, that's a good pitch, but you have to get a little bit closer to the plate than that. That's that big sweeping slider. If it was a little closer, you might get a swing.
Hitters count now. Here's the 2-1.
Ball 3.
Now a slider misses, and that pushes the count to 3-1. Pitch on the way. Swing and a liner. And a close play at first, but a great stretch that time as they get him by a step for out number 1.
Now batting, no
Digging in once again, Tony Kemp. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. He's set. Here it comes. A fastball off the plate away. It's ball 1. Two and 0.
Now, when you've got a 6-run lead out there, there's no reason not to go right at guys. You have to keep attacking the zone.
That'll find its way out of play. Still going to have a good hitter's count. 2-1 now. Three and 1 to the Marlins left fielder.
Down to 3-1.
Now here it comes. Count remains full. Here's the two-seam fastball that bears in a bit too tight. It's ball 4.
Now batting.
JT Riddle will be summoned off the bench here as he'll pinch hit with a runner at first and 1 gone in the inning.
10, JT Riddle.
Ball 1.
Count 1-0.
Here comes the 1-0. Goes the other way with it as this is in the air down the line in left. Myers is there and he has it for the out. At the plate, John Birdie. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time.
Yeah, I understand that, Matty, but this guy's got burner wheels down the first base line. I don't think he even concerns himself with that. He has to put it on the ground. That's part of what makes him successful.
He's set and the pitch. And he runs it in on him and gets him to swing through it for strike 1.
I love the fact that this batter continues to be aggressive, but after striking out twice already, maybe he's got to take a step back, see the ball a little bit deeper, and be willing to work deep into the count.
Comes set and the 0-1. Fouled away. Count the runner at first with 2 gone. Miami down to their last strike. And he gets strike 3 called to end it here. And with that, this one is over.
Anytime you can win a game, let alone on the road, you have to feel really good about yourself. It's not easy going into that other team's ballpark and coming out with a win, but they did just that.
8-2 is how this one ends today. The San Diego Padres took the lead in the 2nd inning and rode that until the very end. Matt Strahm with his 4th win this season. Sandy Alcantara struggled and gets the loss after giving up 6 earned. So that just about does it for Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, Heidi Watney, and our entire crew. I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, make your way over to theshownation.com.